Hi guys, and welcome to this week's Pilates class. Another Christmas jumper today, because it's that time of year. Okay, so when you're ready, lie down, and I'd just like you to focus on your nice deep breaths in and out. And that's where we're going to start. You just start with those nice deep breaths in and out. Every time you breathe in, we try and pull that breath down towards the stomach, the stomach to rise. And then as you breathe out, we just allow the stomach to drop back down again. And take one more deep breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to circle the arms overhead. We're just going to interlace the fingers and reach out to the whole length of the body. So reach those hands as far away from the top of the head as you can, point the toes. And focus on those nice deep breaths. And take one more deep breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to release that stretch and allow the arms to come down to about shoulder height. And we'll bring a bit of movement to the neck. So just drop the head down to look over the right shoulder, looking down towards the fingertips. Or ease back to the centre and out to the left. Just gently take that head from shoulder to shoulder. And one more time to each shoulder. Then we can hold to the centre. From here we'll bend the legs, bring the feet to the floor. Keeping the shoulders down, we're going to gently lower the knees to the right, take them as low to the floor as you feel we can. We'll ease back to the centre and out to the left. So just gently take those knees from side to side. If you want to, next time we drop the knees to the right, we can add that little extra room. We take the knee up towards the elbow, as soon as you drop to the left. So we go to the left, right knee towards the left elbow, as we drop to the right, right knee, left knee towards the right elbow even. Can't remember my left or right. last time to each side. Then we can hold to the centre, or we'll lift the legs, we'll hold the knees in towards us. We'll bring a little bit of movement into the ankles. Just going to point and flex the feet, bring the toes up towards the shins, and then push them away again. And then we can have a few circles into the ankles too, where we point and flex the feet. And we'll change direction, circle the feet back the other way. Hold to the centre and just let those feet relax. From here we release the legs, now the feet come down to the floor. Now we want to sit up here, with the feet about hip width apart, and we're looking to get the knee roughly over the heel and ankle. Then we're going to squeeze to the backwards to lift the hips off the floor. And we'll gently lie back down to the ground. Now we're just going to repeat this movement, squeezing through the back and go to lift the hips as high as we feel we can. And gently lowering them back to the floor. So every time we lift, really focus on that squeeze through the back of the body. Taking those hips as high as you can, trying to keep them level. We've got 2 to go. And then we can have a little release. We hug the knees in towards the chest if we want to. And then we're going to bring those feet back to the floor, and we're going to be in that same position. So right hip width apart, heels roughly in line with the knees. And we're going to squeeze back through the back of the body again, lifting those hips. And we're just going to hold here. So we want to keep those hips nice and high, keep them level, and keep that good squeeze to the back of the legs and the glutes. We're going to hold here for about 2 minutes. So keep that squeeze going, keep breathing. If you need to release at any point, please gently release back down to the floor. That's absolutely fine. You just hold here for as long as you feel you can in this 2-minute period. But focus on those nice deep breaths in and out. And the arms are down by sides, palms facing the ceiling, or we can rest the hands on us. But we don't want the palms facing down because then we have a tendency to push through the hands. I'm holding mine like this because then I can see the stopwatch. So I know when we've done 2 minutes, so don't make you do any more than 2 minutes. Because I don't think you'll thank me for that. You guys are doing awesome though, so keep going, keep breathing. Nice deep breaths in and out. Because I've got to see the stopwatch, time seems to slow down, doesn't it, when you're watching the stopwatch. That's the first 60 seconds gone. Just 60 seconds down, 60 seconds to go. Again, keep those nice deep breaths going. And if you need a release, just gently release down to the floor. You want to keep those hips high, hips level. We've got about 20 seconds left of this one. Five seconds. And we can gently lower the hips back down to the floor. So we can have that little release again, using the legs, bringing the knees in towards us. And from here, we're going to take the shins parallel to the floor. Hands on the shoulders. Strong core brace, so the back's not forced into the ground, but it's also not arching away from it. And we're going to lower the right hand and the left leg, taking them both down towards the floor, trying to keep the left hand and the right leg as still as possible. And then we'll ease back to the centre. We'll do the same on the other side. So as we lower the leg, we're trying to keep that 90-degree bend at the knee. Like I said, the arm and leg, we aren't lowering, we try and keep as still as possible. If it feels good, we can extend the leg, but again, we keep that nice strong core brace so the back doesn't doesn't rise away from the floor. So if you feel your low back lifting, don't lower the leg quite so far. The move's feeling really good today. If you want that extra challenge, you can lower both legs and both arms together. Again, not letting the back lift away from the floor as we do. So we have to keep that strong brace the whole time. And anytime you just stop and take a breather. Stop, take a little breather, and then come back into it when you can. We're not here for too long. We've got 4 to go. And we can have another little release, so we hope the knees in towards the chest. From here, we can take hold of the back of the thighs, and then we'll gently just rock and roll on the spot. Slowly bring ourselves towards the seated position. And as always, if it doesn't feel comfortable rocking and rolling, please gently bring yourself to a seated position. If we can, we're going to build up a little bit of momentum. And then once we feel we've got enough, we can release the thighs, and either rock and roll to a seated position, or if we can, to a squat. But it doesn't matter which one. Because you're either, we're going to step the feet back, which come around onto all fours. So here our hands are under our shoulders, knees are under the hips. Then I want to keep a strong core brace. We're going to step up onto the toes, and then we're going to bring the knees forwards again under the hips. So we can bring it down to the floor, or if we feel we can, we're going to hold those knees a little bit above the ground as we bring them back in. But as we bring them forward, whether on the knees or whether they're lifted, we want to keep that strong brace, and the knee doesn't come forward any further than the hips. So we're not trying to bring the knees all the way forward so we're in this crouch position. We just want them so we come under the hips, and we step back into our plank position. So we're drawing the abs in towards the spine. Hands are solid on the floor. We squeeze the glutes as we extend the legs back as well to stop the hips from dropping down. I'm just going to repeat that movement, taking it nice and steady and nice and slow. Anytime you need a breather, stop. Take that little breather, we're not here for too long. And then we can rest. Here we can lower the hips towards the heels, release the arms out in front of us. And a little stretch. Now we're going to come back into our plank position. With knees back up, and again we need to keep the knees down if we need to, or if we can, we're going to tuck the toes under, lifting the knees, hips and shoulders in line with each other, hands on the shoulders, abs run up towards the spine. Now we're just going to hold here. So keep breathing. You need to lower the knees at any point, lower the knees. We're not here for too long, though, about a minute in total. A little bit longer. Then either on the knees or the toes, we're going to slowly lower all the way down to the floor. So here we're going to bend the legs, heels towards the ceiling, and we're going to allow the feet to drop out to each side. Just try and take as low to the floor as you feel we can. Easing back to the centre, trying to cross the ankles. So we're going to repeat that movement, keep it nice and slow and steady. Taking the feet out, bring them back in. Yeah, if we can, we try and alternate, make sure we cross the ankles as well. Every time we bring it into the centre. So don't worry if you can't. Here we go. Then we can gently lower the feet down to the floor. From here, we can push back up onto all fours. We're going to tuck the toes under. We're going to lift the knees. Then we'll step the feet forwards and come into a forward fold. So allow the arms just to hang heavy. And then we'll slowly make our way up to standing. Okay, from here, we're going to hinge forward from the hips. We're going to keep the chest lifted and the arms raised, shoulders pull back. Then we're going to lift the arms out to shoulder height and then bring them back down again. So keeping that flat back, lifting the arms up to shoulder height, squeezing the shoulder blades together if you do. Now we can relax the arms from the hip, but we want to really focus on drawing those shoulders back as we lift the arms out to the sides. Awesome work, guys. Two to go. So we can slowly roll back up to standing. We can give those arms and shoulders a little bit of a shake. Then we're going to take those feet comfortable distance apart. We're going to sink down into a squat, just as deep a squat as you feel you can hold. And we're just going to hold here for about 30 seconds. So you want to keep the chest lifted as a brace, shoulders pull back, squeeze the legs, and it doesn't matter where you're holding it, if it's here, however deep you feel you can hold the squat. But we want to keep that chest lifted, squeeze the legs, keep breathing. Almost there. Take a nice deep breath in. As we breathe out, we can take the hands behind us and gently bring ourselves down to a seated position. Here we're going to sit up nice and tall. We're going to take a slight bend in the legs. I want you to keep the heels down. Then we're going to slowly roll down onto our backs. So we start nice and tall, and then we're going to slowly start to try and roll through every part of the spine. And I just want you to go as slow as you feel you can, taking yourself down, resisting gravity. You've only got this one time, once you're on your back, you can stay there. We just slowly roll down. Try not to let the feet lift. If you need to, you can put the hands down as a little break. But we're trying to roll through the spine as we do. And again, like I said, we're using that core as a break, stopping us just from flopping backwards. You just go as far as you feel you can. Right, it's my shoes squeaking on the floor. Right, so also on our back, so you can stay there. And we're going to take the hands overhead. We're going to lift one leg. As we do, we're going to crunch up, reaching towards the toes. So we're starting to reach towards the hips, reaching as far towards the toes as we can. We lie down. We do the same thing on the other side. Now, if it's too much to do with the straight leg, we can bend the leg. We still reach up towards the ceiling, slide our ribs down towards the hips. One more time on each side. Then we can rest. We can hug the knees in towards us if we want to. And we can release the legs to the floor, but then we're going to bend the right leg. We're going to lift it so the foot's on the floor, and then we're going to extend it towards the ceiling. Take the arms over shoulder height. We're going to keep the shoulders down. We're just going to slowly lower the right leg over the left, taking it as far towards the floor as we feel we can. Hold it. So if it starts feeling a little bit too intense, you can just lift that foot a little bit further away from the floor or bend the right leg. Take a deep breath in. As we breathe out, we'll ease back up to the center. Then we can release the leg down to the floor. We're going to do the same going the other way. So we'll lift or bend the left leg, we'll lift the foot off the floor, and extend it towards the ceiling. Arms stay out, shoulder height. Then we'll slowly lower the left one over the right, taking it as close to the floor as we feel we can. Keep the shoulders down. We can take a deep breath in. We just ease that leg back to the center. And then you lower it to the floor. And we can gently make our way to a seated position. From here, we're going to take a nice deep breath in as we do, just allow the arms to drift overhead. As you breathe out at the top, just relax your shoulders, and we'll circle the arms back and down. We'll do that one more time, nice deep breath. As you breathe out, relax your shoulders, and we'll circle those arms back and down. Awesome work, guys. Hope you enjoyed that one.